Hello everyone, welcome back to some more ear training exercises. I know you really enjoy these, so I've got a new one for you right now. As I always tell you, when you're trying to find an answer, you start at the beginning and hopefully land on the correct answer. But there are lots of individual steps that you need to go through in order to get that. These ear training videos aim to show you what these individual steps are. And one of them, when you're listening for specific information, one step that you should go through is to anticipate what you might hear before the answer is said. And we're going to practice exactly this today by doing some gap fill exercises. We'll start by doing some together, and then I'll give you a chance to have a go by yourselves. And these will help train your ear and get you ready for the OET listening subtest. As a bonus, we'll also do a little bit of idiomatic English work. My name's Sona, I'm your online OET tutor with Bose Learning, and I'm a premium preparation provider of the OET. It's so lovely to see you here and not just doing test after test after test, because all tests do is test yourself. And what you need to be doing is building your skills and investing your time in getting better at listening and invest time in improving your overall English ability. And hopefully this video will help you along this journey. So today we're going to listen to a short news article, and it's about England, where the government has announced new plans to ease the pressure on GPs. So to give you a little bit of background information, in the UK, we have so many patients who want to see their doctor but just can't get appointments. So this puts a lot of pressure on GPs and of course on patients. The question will ask you, what two things will pharmacists be able to do? Now, again, at the moment in the UK, you cannot buy things like antibiotics from a pharmacy without a prescription. But the government plans to change this a little bit. Because we're listening out for two things that the pharmacists are going to be able to do, you're going to have to listen for one and something. And you can anticipate that you'll hear something like pharmacists will soon be able to do, or pharmacists are going to be able to do 1 and 2. So listen for something like this phrase and then listen for that 1 and 2, and that will be your answer. So you're anticipating what comes before your answer, because once you hear that, then you can listen out for the answer. I'm going to give you a little start at the moment. So pharmacists will soon be able to prescribe the contraceptive pill and do something else. So listen out for this, listen out for the and, see if you can tell me the answer.
Pharmacies in England will be able to prescribe the contraceptive pill and medication for common health conditions under new government plans to ease the pressure on GPs.
And the answer is prescribe medication for common health conditions. Here we go, let's listen one more time.
Pharmacies in England will be able to prescribe the contraceptive pill and medication for common health conditions under new government plans to ease the pressure on GPs.
Okay, next question coming up. How much money will be spent on this new project? So we're going to hear a figure, some kind of amount of money that's being spent. But what's going to come before that? It could be something about a plan or a project, because it's something new. Because it's the government, it could be something about a budget or an announcement or a report. So when you hear something like this, get ready, because your answer is coming up. So let's listen.
It follows the announcement of £240 million to upgrade GP practices' phone and online booking systems.
And the answer itself is £240 million. And just before that's mentioned, they talk about an announcement. So announcement and then the figure. Listen again.
It follows the announcement of £240 million to upgrade GP practices' phone and online booking systems.
Okay, next question coming up. So again, think about what might come before your answer. So why are primary care leaders worried? So, what do you think you might hear before you hear your answer? It could be something like this: because we have a why question, you might hear because da 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 da. Worried, so it could be a concern or worry that. And because it's a report, it might be some kind of reporting verb like say, tell us, report, etc. All right, let's listen.
But primary care leaders say the measures won't solve staff shortages.
And the answer is they're worried because these measures won't solve staff shortages. And we're alerted to the fact that this answer is coming up because of what they say. Let's listen again.
But primary care leaders say the measures won't solve staff shortages.
Okay, now, next question. Why is the doctor being interviewed so disappointed? So, disappointed, it might be something about his feelings, his worries, his stress, or his disappointment. Let's listen.
It feels like a tsunami of need that is coming through to us, and it feels quite demoralising that we are not managing to meet that need.
And the answer is, he says, it feels like a tsunami of need that is coming through to us, and it feels quite demoralising.
It feels like a tsunami of need that is coming through to us, and it feels quite demoralising that we are not managing to meet that need.
So he's really worried that he can't help his patients because there are just too many of them. What does tsunami mean? This is the bit of idiomatic language I thought we'd look at. Well, tsunami, of course, is that natural disaster when the sea rises and overcomes land, and it's just unstoppable. It's just too much, it's overwhelming. So he's really using quite emotive language to say that he wants to help, but he's just unable to because it's a force beyond himself. Okay, 2 questions for you to try by yourselves. Again, think about what might come before, and then once you've done that, try and listen out for those, and then hopefully you'll hear the answer. This time you're listening for 3 things.
645 million will be spent over 2 years to allow pharmacists to prescribe antibiotics for conditions including earache, sore throats, and urinary tract infections.
And the answer is earache, sore throats, and urinary tract infections. And the trigger, the thing that comes before, is which will include earache, sore throats, and urinary tract infections. Let's listen again.
645 million will be spent over 2 years to allow pharmacists to prescribe antibiotics for conditions including earache, sore throats, and urinary tract infections.
And last question coming up: what will patients be able to do without seeing a doctor? Again, anticipate what might come before your answer. You're listening for 2 things, and then we'll take a listen.
And patients will be able to book physiotherapy and podiatry services without going through a doctor.
So they will be able to see physiotherapy and podiatrist therapists. And the key, the trigger here was will be able to book physiotherapy and podiatry sessions.
And patients will be able to book physiotherapy and podiatry services without going through a doctor.
Okay, I hope you found that useful. Well done on investing this 10 minutes of your time in improving your English skills. I think that's so important for you to be able to do well in your OET. If you want to know more about my on-demand courses, which are all pre-recorded and which you could study in your own time, please take a look at the info box below. I put in some links there for you and some discounts. And if you like this, it would be great if you could share this with a friend or a colleague, give it a like, say hello to me. And thank you very much for watching. If you've got questions, just let me know. Lovely to see you and hopefully catch you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.